Welcome to Sunday Sips with the Scribbler Set. I'm Deetra, and I am excited to be here today.
I'm Shantae, and my anxiety's high, but that's okay. Mental health matters.
I'm Brittany and I'm just tired. Rest matters too.
Facts. Anxiety, sleep, deprivation, all of those things I can relate to. But today, I'm all right. I got a lot of sleep last night. So usually if I get pretty well rested, I feel all right for the day. But I am excited to be here. This week, we have been talking about something that is very beautiful and important to all of us. And I think a foundation of what we're doing here at the Scribbler Set. We've been talking about friendship. But before we get into that, what are you guys sipping on today?
I have green tea.
Water. I've been so dehydrated in this heat out here. It's crazy. So, yes.
I'm sipping on the water too.
Mm.
Actually, it's a green tea. It's two different bags. I have green tea and turmeric. Is it turmeric or turmeric?
I thought it was turmeric.
This is a big debate because I got corrected by somebody and they were like, it's turmeric. And I was like, I always thought it was turmeric. But then I looked at it. There is an R. So I'm like, is it turmeric? I don't know. Okay, we're asking.
I don't know.
Do you say turmeric or turmeric?
Let us know. I say turmeric because turmeric doesn't sound right.
Delicious
to me.
It sounds weird to me too, but I mean, it could be just like we've been saying it wrong our whole lives. Like, have you when people say like certain words that just drive me batshit, like bananas, pardon my French, guys, but like it drives me crazy. Like salmon, instead of saying salmon, people say salmon, but it's just the way they've always said it. Or caramel or caramel. Like, how do you say it? Like,
I say caramel. Which one's wrong?
Like, which do you
say? It depends on the moment whether I say caramel or caramel.
You're just like, I'm hanging up on all of you.
No, the main one is like salmon and salmon, and then almonds and almonds. Like, it just,
I've never heard someone say
oh
almonds.
my God.
That's crazy.
Oh, it drives me crazy. And then there was one person that like empanada, they were like, it's empanada. And I was like, no, it's not. It's empanada. And she's like, it's empanada. It's Spanish. And I was like, all right, I'm only Puerto Rican, but do you boo boo? And she went and she ordered it. She's like, can I get an empanada? And the guy was like, because it's just like ridiculous.
For all of our friendly little gringos out there, if there's a little swirly, a little swirl above the end, then it's yeah. If there isn't a little swirly above the end, it's just nah.
And the name of that little swirly is a tilde. There you go.
I don't even speak Spanish, and I know that.
Oh man. Yeah. Pronunciation. And I'm not saying that I pronounce everything correctly. I know there's things that I pronounce incorrectly, probably quite frequently, but there's just certain things that just get under my skin and makes me like.
Just for funsies, I'm famous for saying the word SWORD in a way that drives my sister crazy because I pronounce the W in sword and she hates it. I can't help it.
I hate it.
That's how I've always done it. I don't care. Look, it's lazy. Why do you mean silent W? It's not real. I'm sorry. It's sword. Why even have it there? Why not just be SORD?
I think it's like the intense emphasis that you see, the intense emphasis that you put on the W that like
I really don't. And it's just because probably no one else does use the W usually around us that it sounds extreme, like sword. It's just a word.
Sword.
It's word with an S. Word with an S. I don't say ord. I say word.
But there's so many words in the English language that are weird. Like, you see all of those memes and those videos and stuff like that. Like, people trying to learn how to speak English. It's so hard, difficult. Like, OUGH. Like, the many different pronunciations for it. Like it's hard. So even I was doing the states with the boys when I was watching them the other day. We were playing a bingo game. And so I was like, what state is this? And so like trying to pronounce it from reading it, like Maryland, like no, it's Maryland. Like Delaware, no, like yeah, and it's like the way you're reading it is phonetically correct, but it's not how it's pronounced because we just like to make things difficult for people here
And
in
in case
America.
any of you want a peek into what our friendship is like, this is it. We have completely lost the plot. And it started something so unrelated to what today's topic is. That pretty much sums us up right there.
Well, and reeling us back in. Thank you very much, because I could go on with that subject for a minute, obviously. But so we've been talking about friendship this week here at the Scribbler Set, and it's something that is the foundation for what we're doing here and what we're trying to build. So we just, I don't know, we didn't really give any pointers for friendship, just talked about things that we find important in our friendships or things that we love about our friendships. So anybody want to share anything?
I'll go first. I feel like I'm probably a common denominator between the two because I met Brittany at work. She's one of those friends who survived like the work world. They would never put us together because they're haters.
So they're like,
so they always kept us in separate rooms. But that's okay because that first day when we sat down for training, it was friendship at first sight. Like, and that doesn't happen often, especially in adulthood and as you have kids, where it's like you meet someone and it's just like we're friends, right? Like this is this is happening. We went on our first friend date to go see Cinderella, and it's just the rest is history.
I cried. I'm not gonna lie.
Cinderella the movie or Cinderella the play?
The play.
Yeah, and like I'm a huge fan of Cinderella the play. Ever since I was little, my mom had I think it's Robinstein or whatever play on VHS, and I would play the crap out of that that VHS tape and watch it. I knew all the songs. So then Shantae was like, "Oh, you want to go? Do you like musicals?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And she asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, "Oh, what show is it?" And she said Cinderella, and I said I was gonna go, but mentally I was literally freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god!" So then when we got there and we saw the show, I was just boo-hooing, and I knew I was like, "We're about to be friends forever."
And with Deetra, we met when I came out my mom's womb. She is my sister. So we've been besties from the nesty, and well, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean that,
maybe not. Okay, so it was written in the stars for us to be best friends, but you know how it is, older sister, little sister, and we had to share a room, like, and I am messy and she is type A. So
I mean, I'm like borderline type
Look at our backgrounds. You'll see. I'm a messy queen, so like my half of the room was like the trash woman in the labyrinth. Like her side of the room was always like nice and tidy, and so I really grated on her nerves. But once we reached a certain age, and we could actually talk about things without me just being like, "Hey, I want to go with you. Hey, I want to be with you. Hey," once we reached that level, it got so much better. And the great part about sisters is it's like no matter how much you fight, no matter what happens, it's like, well, you're stuck with me anyways. Like, or that's how me and my family is. Like, we may fight or be crazy, but we don't believe in writing each other off or anything like that. And me and Deidre both kind of are pretty similar in that we never try to go low when we're fighting. So it's never anything that we can't just move on from within a minute. So yeah. And she's the best auntie there ever was. Happy belated Auntie's Day.
Thanks. I love being a TT.
That's my connection with them both. And then, of course, we all ended up getting together. We had a day where we went and like Brittany came to visit and we all did Thanksgiving together. Oh, Deidre actually came to visit. This is when we were in Cali. So Deidre came to visit and we sat and we had to inundate Brittany into the tribe because one Thanksgiving many years ago, Deidre and I found a show called The Tribe from New
The
Zealand.
best show, best show.
So
So
good.
good.
And it became like a
Look
Thanksgiving
into the
tradition
future.
to put
What
on
do
The
you
Tribe.
see?
Look into the future, what do you
we
see?
we we brought her into our cult and we were like, it's Thanksgiving, so that means you have to watch The Tribe with us. It's so good. And it actually kind of goes with last week. It's about a post-apocalyptic world where only children are alive. All the adults ended up getting this bad disease and dying. So it's like, how would the world look if it was just kids running it? And that's what the show is. And it's really freaking
And
cool.
you would think as adults would probably be like, oh, the show's not for me because we're all dead. But in our minds, we're part of the tribe. So
Yeah.
we
And when Deidre and I
survived.
started watching it, that was totally feasible. So like it's one of those nostalgic watches now. So good. But yeah, so now we're all together and I think it's great. And I actually posted my reel yesterday, so that kind of shows my appreciation for them as well. Love you guys.
Love
you too.
For me, what I posted is a thing that I love about all of my friendships, like across the board and like with this group, is like we're all so different. And it reminds me of like the Golden Girls, because like and that's why I post like a video clip of the Golden Girls like doing something together. They were like stuffing chickens, like a bunch of chickens, and it made me laugh because it's like there's Rose in the background, like to make up a song, and I'm like, all of us bring like a different energy to whatever we're doing to make sure that stuff gets done, and like it'll make it fun. There's efficiency, there's different like creativity and things that we all put into this beautiful pot, and it helps make things go, and it's also fun. Like I like that there is the ability to not have to carry everything, right? So it's like, oh, I don't have to like be funny, or I don't have to be like so creative, or like come up like, because we're all bringing something in to make it work. And I love that aspect of like friendship, and then also like with Scribbler Set and making this work and grow. So yeah, that was what I posted for friendship. Neat. What about you, Brittany?
I posted it's kind of like a little bit of a slideshow of just different moments that like I had with both Shantae and Deetra. Like I know we had our first girls trip when we went out, and that trip was so fun for me because it was an opportunity for me to really like get to know Deetra and like talk, and we had a good time. We connected, and then like I already knew Shantae, and I was just happy to have my best friend in Hawaii with me. So it was fun, and like I think about that a lot because when Shantae came into my life, it was a rough time for me, and I needed a friend, and it was like what somebody answered my prayers and was like, bam, here's the friend that you need right now and that you'll have forever. And then like she brought Deetra into my life, and it just like built on to this sisterhood that like I've been creating. Cause for me, I don't have any sisters. So I envy people who do. So whenever I make good friends and we have good connections, it's like everybody's gonna be my sister. Like that's how I'm gonna look at it. So yeah, I shared that.
Sisterhood. Shout out Bonobos. We love you, girl.
Yeah. Yes. So, and like I love I shared that because through a lot of the hard times that I've had, these girls have been here for me, like through good times and bad times, having my back, making me feel like you know, I'm worth like being supported. So I'm getting emotional.
Oh, we love you, Brittany.
But yeah, that's what I shared. I'm not gonna say anymore because I'm gonna cry.
Now I'm like an emotional,
Yeah,
like
don't cry because we're both
crier. Now we're
empathetic
all about to
criers and we will start crying too.
So yeah, we don't want to have like a whole cry fest, but we could, and maybe that'll be a future episode of Sunday Sips. But I really love you guys. I love the friendship and the circle that we have built around us and all of our extending friendships. And we hope that everyone else, you know, if you don't have a good circle or people or friendships close to you, start seeking that out, because it does make life so much better and so much sweeter. For, you know,
something to look forward to in the future is we will be starting a group for the Scribbler Set. So if you want to join that when it begins, maybe you can find some fellow writing friends or creative friends, or we'll be your friends.
And that's the beauty of the Scribbler Set, and something that we really hope to see is to build a community of people that are supporting each other, encouraging each other, and building each other up to accomplish their dreams and their goals and to have fun while doing it. So that is our episode this week. We'll be back next week. And if you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share our videos. Invite some of your friends. Hello, that's what it's all about. So see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.